Hey guys, so I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, right? So I have a lot of things obviously pending right now. So next week, I think either next week or the week after, my Ice Age draft from last year is going to be going up onto the channel. I have been absolutely swamped with stuff trying to get things edited and put together, so that should be going up next week or the week after. I will also be releasing the Modern Horizons 1 reveal finally. So I have officially, as of the time of this going live, I have officially hit 101 boxes. I will give a full cost breakdown, my cost to ship, cost of goods, all my cash back rewards, all the little goodies I got with my purchases, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to give a full breakdown, like Barney style on it, right? The other thing I wanted to go over is direct, right? This is another 3-sheet order. I'm going through 1 to 2 of these a week pretty consistently now. I'll probably end up averaging about 2 or 3 a week here shortly, especially once I get the Modern Horizons 1 stuff in there, because that's going to boost my numbers up by 20 to 30,000 for the month probably. But yeah, that'll cause a pretty big surge, but it'll mostly be Modern Horizons 1 stuff, and it'll be mostly contained. What I wanted to go into, what my next few goals are going to be, right? I'm actually going to be listing all this clue bulk. This is like all the tokens, the commons, the uncommons, lands, etc. And there's like other cards from other sets mixed in there with that, but that's okay. We also have these lovely shock lands and stuff like that were in there. I haven't listed these, but I actually ended up making about $15 to $20 a box so far from what I've opened. And that was after cost, that was after fees, shipping, handling, etc. I've been netting about $15 a box. I wanted to go into more stuff about Ultimate Masters and the correlation with Modern Horizons 1, Ultimate Masters, 2x2, all these older Masters sets, modern sets that are focused on these more expensive big cards, and why the price disparity doesn't make sense, and why everyone is dumping their money into Modern Horizons 3 and they're not going to get what they're expecting. Modern Horizons 3 is basically going to be fetch lands and then commander cards. There's going to be a smidge of modern stuff in there. There's going to be very few reprints for Modern Horizons 1, very few reprints for Modern Horizon 2, and there's probably going to be even less reprints from big Masters product tier cards. We're not going to see like stuff like Demonic Tutor. We're not going to see another Jeweled Lotus. We're not going to see a lot of these big ticket cards that people would like to see. We're going to see these expensive, fancy versions of them and the fetch lands and serialized fetches. And we may not even see serialized fetches, honestly. I don't know yet. Just because they're going to want to be able to reprint the collector's boxes and just sell boatloads of it. So we may not even see serialized fetches per se. And people are going to be caught off guard by that. Everyone for the past few months has been saving up money for Modern Horizons 3. They saw that $500 price tag and they basically got like sticker shock. They're like, oh my god, this is the most expensive Magic product in history. It's the most expensive Modern product in history. And everyone kind of just went and just sucked that wallet right tight. When that happened, I went hard. I went super, super hard on Modern Horizons 1. I picked up Theros cases. I picked up Ultimate Masters boxes. Part of this direct order, actually, I went from like 200 something after fees to over $500 in fees. I mean, just a net to me, right? Like raw net, like I am getting paid almost $600 for that order. 2/3 of it is from 2 Ultimate Masters boxes, and I still have, I haven't gone through and pulled it all out to be fair, but heavy plate, okay, that's sold too. This whole stack, this is literally just Ultimate Masters, box toppers, and foils of rare and above. This is all the mythics, all the rare foils, the 4 box toppers that I have left. I've opened up 8, I believe, in total, and I have made, just off selling the rares and mythics, all of my money back. Like, all of it. Like, I've already made it all back. I have $350 something net to me out of this order of just Ultimate Masters. That's crazy. The boxes cost me $500. I have hundreds and hundreds of uncommons, commons, foils. Like, look at this. This is the stack of uncommons that I haven't even bothered to list yet. This right here is almost $40 or $50. Like, hello. So that is the disparity that is in place right now on some of these sets. This is the full stack of uncommons. This is like almost, I think this is about like 150, 160 uncommons, something like that. I haven't even listed, sorted, or even put it into my system yet. And when I update that stuff and I add it in, that's going to be another $50 to $200 just from uncommons that I'm going to cycle through, because all the Angers, Laboratory Maniac, Buried Alive, Slippery Boggle, Plume Veil, like all these uncommons that are $1 to $5 a piece, they move so quick. And when you move that many of them and you get that many in a box, like, you're basically guaranteed 2 of the 3 big hits in a box. You're going to get 2 Angers, 2 Laboratory Maniacs, 2 Buried Alives, some combination of those 3 cards, but you're going to get at least 2 of them. This particular batch of 2 boxes, I think I got 6 total. Here, let me count these actually. So I got 2 Angers, 2 Labs, and I got 3 Buried Alives. So you usually hit 2 of the 3. You might get 3 of the 3. I did very, very well, and I hit 3 of the 3, and I hit an extra out of this batch. That is uncommon, but it can happen just based on collation. When you have so much value in these sets, just opening them, buying them at secondary, and opening them, and you can make $50 to $100 a box instantly. Like, no delays. Like, this is over the weekend. I listed it Sunday night. I sold almost $400 worth of stuff, post fees and everything else. You know, I'm netting, you know, damn near $250, $300 off all these cards. And this is consistent. It's very consistent. It's why I devoted as much money as I did into Modern Horizons 1 while everyone is looking at what is basically a giant clickbait for Modern, which is Modern Horizons 3. Modern Horizons 3 is going to do incredibly well. It's going to sell like crazy. People are going to love the fetched lands, the super surge foils, the banana textured surge foil, the appley surge foil, like whatever the 14 dozen variants are they're doing in there, whether they're serialized cards or not. The product is going to do incredibly well because they're going to jam it full of Eldrazi. They're going to jam it full of these crazy powerhouses for Commander. They're going to throw some modern stuff in there for some reprints so they can say they did it. And then they're just going to print the crap out of it. And they're going to make so much money because WotC realized with Ravnica Remastered, if you have a strong land cycle, you can just print the crap out of it. There's going to be 9 to 15 fetches in some of these collector boxes. Like, there's going to be people that hit multiple fetches per pack multiple times in a collector box, and that's going to be like 70% of the money out of the box. And WotC knows that those fetch lands are basically infinitely going to be $15 to $20 cards. And that's how they will justify a $300 to $400 price tag to you. And at the cost of that, because they know they can't keep reprinting cards like this. They can't keep reprinting Force of Will. They can't reprint Shouldered every year. They can't reprint, I don't know what the next thing is, Copperhead Drag. They can't keep reprinting these things over and over and over and over again. They can't do what they did doubling season, print it 3 times in a year and say, ah, it'll be okay. And then the card goes from like $110 down to $30. Like, you get such a bad feeling when you watch your cards and your assets depreciate 200, like, what? 200%. I don't even know how do you calculate that, like the inverse. So it goes from 110 to like $30, so you're down like 75% almost. That's crazy. That feels horrible for people that had them. It feels horrible for people that just bought them because they went from $110 down to $70 from Eldraine, and then they reprinted them again and they went from $70 down to like $30. So it felt bad for everyone that bought them in Eldraine. So now you have angry people that bought them when they were expensive, angry people when they bought them when they dipped, and you have a small pool of people that are happy when they dipped the 3rd time in a row. This isn't sustainable, and WotC knows that. However, the land bases, those are resilient. They're resilient as all heck. And I bet you $1 billion if WotC could take a single dual land and dump one dual land into Modern Horizons 1 boxes, not even like 5 dual lands, just a single dual land, they would do it and they would put like a $700 price tag on it because they know people will want those duels so dang bad, they'll pay $200, $300, $400 a piece for them, even in a reprint. But they can't because reserve list, so hoo-yah. Yeah, and I think people are going to be really disappointed at the overall expectations versus the reality, and they're going to get rug pulled on Modern Horizons 3. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but I think it's going to be more Commander focused than Modern, but we'll see what happens until the printer sheets come out. We know what some of the cards are already. A lot of them are very, very clearly like Commander focused, like they're not really Modern-esque heavy cards. They're Modern legal, but they're very clearly designed for Commander. And we'll see how the overall set is, but I'm willing to bet that's going to be the case. So that was kind of like the wrap up I wanted to do on that stuff. It's just very, and now we're going to kind of loop back into why it's very interesting, right? About how all this money is being diverted into Modern Horizons 3, yet all the players are buying all of these Modern staples, like, en masse. Like, go look at things like the first Sliver. It sells 10 to 15 copies plus a day sometimes. You have Force of Negation selling dozens of copies a day. You have Force of Vigor selling dozens of copies a day. You have like Mox Tanalite selling 10, 15 copies a day. Like, this is not like a small sell-through volume. Like, there is dozens and dozens of these cards getting pushed and bought daily, which means if you list hundreds of them at a time, you're going to capture hundreds of sales. So for me, I was like, this is silly. Everyone is looking at the giant light in the sky. I'm going to go grab the gold that's literally laying on the ground, which was, in my case, Modern Horizons 1 and Ultimate Masters. And I've done incredibly well. Like, I've done incredibly well. Even my tokens from Ultimate Masters are selling. I had a bunch of zombie tokens sell today at 8 cents a piece through Direct. I'll get paid 4 or 5 cents a piece. I paid 1.7 cents a piece for them. I'm basically 2xing my money on them. And all I had to do was just wait a few months. It is a very simple patience game, and if you're willing to wait, you will absolutely destroy the market. And since we're speaking on waiting, I had to go through and audit all my Pokemon stuff, right? Because I haven't touched it in a while. So I went through and I broke down all my loose stuff, right? So I had all these ETBs and little, not ETBs, but like all these like little V boxes and everything. Like, they were taking up so much space. So I had to go through them and get rid of them. And I'm like, I need to free up the space. And now I have 5 Chilling Rain packs. I have 4 Vivid Voltage in here. 5 Darkness Ablaze. Oh wait, this is Darkness Ablaze. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Darkness Ablaze, sorry. Yeah, there's a Vivid Voltage. I have a Rebel Clash pack, which is, you know, whatever, not a big deal. I have 4 Evolving Skies packs. You know, that's 40 or 50 bucks right there, just off secondary pricing, which paid for like 2 or 3 of the boxes that I cracked down. I had like 10 of these things that I opened up, right? I have, what do we got here? We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 Brilliant Stars. Even at $4 a pack, which I think is below market on those, because I think the boxes are actually a little bit higher, you're going to see, you know, just a huge EV return on this stuff. And it doesn't really make sense when these numbers are so inverted like this. And then you have something crazy, like, look at this. This is Fusion Strike. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25. That's almost a full booster box at $2.50 a booster box. And like, they're loose packs, so I'll sell them on TCG Player when I hit 36 of them for like $2.20. Like, hello? That was 11 boxes that I didn't even have that many. I think I had like 15. I don't even know if I had that many actually. Was it like 10? It might have only been like, it was like, I had like 8 V boxes I think that I broke down, and then it was 18 tins. The tins took up this massive, massive box. It was like literally this tall, this wide, and probably like 2 feet long, and I had 2 of them taking up my closet. They held 9 tins apiece. I have all of these. This is all Astral Radiance. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34 packs of Astral Radiance. That's almost a full booster box. That's like $100-something. Just off of that one thing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 34, 36. I have 36 Silver Tempest. That's literally a full booster box already of that. And there's almost like $900, probably $900, probably like, what, 400? Actually, no, probably close to $500-600 in packs in here. Like, and it was just sitting in these massive boxes. Like, there was so much space. And, you know, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I don't need this to take up this much space. And now I have, from all my Modern Horizons 1 purchases, I have a whole bunch more tins because I was getting them as part of like my purchase price. And each one of these is another 5 booster packs. This is all Scarlet and Violet stuff. I'm probably just going to break these down, add them to that box, and then just forget about them for the next, like, I don't know, 6 months until they spike up in price again, because like everything from those eras is starting to go up except for the Scarlet and Violet stuff. But like, this goes to show you how effective patience can be, and when everyone is looking elsewhere to go try and snag money, totally missing the mark. I was opening these and I went and looked and I'm like, okay, one of these boxes that has 4 packs, it was an Evolving Skies, 2 Brilliant Stars, I think, and a Fusion Strike, or 2 Fusion Strike and a Brilliant Stars. They were still selling for 20 bucks. I'm like, you know, I can quite literally go sell the Evolving Skies for like 15 bucks probably. Like, no questions asked. Probably on Facebook, like 11 to 12. Fusion Strike, $8 a pack probably, $6 a pack, somewhere in there. So I'm like, okay, well that's like $18. Brilliant Stars, $4 a pack. I'm like, that's $28, even at secondary. I'm like, that's interesting. Let me go ahead and buy a bunch of these. So I bought like 55 of them. I had 35 or 36 of them all refunded because everyone was like, oh, they're getting all bought. Oh, cancel. Or they just didn't have the inventory anymore. And they just like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm bad. My bad. I'm a jackass. So, you know, that just goes to show you, people are not paying attention to these items. They are inverted by 50 to 80%, even in the Pokemon market. But everyone is so focused right now on Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike and, you know, whatever the next thing is that's spiking up. And everyone is just completely missing it. And it's so funny to me because there's so much free money just sitting there. And like, you don't need a ton of capital to capitalize on that. For $20, you can turn it into 28. And your $20 also gave you back about 3% in TCG store credit, 1.5% in your credit card. So basically you're getting it tax-free and shipping free. So you're just making $8 on 20, which I'm not a rocket scientist, but that's $2 short of 50%. Which I think puts you at like 46% net. I think that's close, somewhere like that, for a near instantaneous transaction off just the packs. You have all the cards, the fancy promo cards. I have a bunch of those I'll list on direct. Even if those sell for 14 cents a piece or 60 cents a piece on direct, it doesn't matter because that's 30 to 50 cents more in margin that I'll get. And if I do that with all of those promos and I make an extra $15 off selling all those promos, the giant cards and whatever else, and I get to pocket an extra box worth of stuff for free, it's free. It's so free. And people are so focused on I gotta chase it. Like, if you ignore what everyone is talking about and you look to what no one is talking about, you're probably going to find free money sitting there. And that's what it just breaks down to. Modern Horizons 1 was like that. Oh, product's dead, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's going to die. I'm going to go open that and make a crap ton of money. Some 5-figure number by the time it's said and done. It's going to be gross. I'll give you guys the full breakdown. I'll show you exactly what I paid for the boxes, what my total cost is, what my breakdowns are going to be. It's going to be bananas. And I have 101 boxes. I committed almost $20,000 to this. That's how obvious this is. Like, it's so simple. People just don't want to do it. And it's fascinating to me that a little bit of work and a little bit of math, and you can make free money. I have, I think 15 to 20 of those boxes are going to make it here, and I'll do a little video on it, and I'll break down these other boxes, and it'll be fun, and I'll show you guys exactly what I get out of it, and I'll make 150, 200 bucks off that. Get a bunch of recycling, get a bunch of TCG store credit while I'm at it, get some cash back on my card. This is a no-brainer. Like, it's so crazy to me that this is even a thing, and I don't understand it. But it's so simple, and people are so focused on whatever the new hotness is that they can't take a minute to go look at what else is going on. And that's really kind of like a valuable lesson. And the faster you guys learn that, the faster you'll be successful. Because it's not about what the new hotness is, it's about what no one is looking at. And that's where you'll make crap tons of money. And that's why something like the Lazy Man's Approach to Investing, the video that I did, is so great. You look at all these Scarlet Violet boxes that everyone is ignoring, they're like $93 a box. Like, I think that was my cost to buy them, was like $91. Hello? Like this stuff is literally being sold at a loss online, and no one is looking at it. So what I'm going to do in a week or two when the TCG player sale happens, I'm going to deploy another 5 or 6 grand. I'm going to get 3 to 5 cases of every Scarlet and Violet set that is available for under or at cost off the secondary. Get probably 10 to 15% back in store credit, another 1.5% back on my card, and I'm going to clean house on it because my cost basis is going to go so low. My downside is basically nothing. And I get to do nothing. And it's magical. And I get to just stick it in my closet and then wait. Exactly like what I did with Chilling Reign, exactly like what I did with Fusion Strike, exactly like what I did with Vivid Voltage, exactly what I did with Brilliant Stars. Like, it's so simple. You just do nothing, and you wait, and you be patient. And if you buy these things when no one's talking about them, everyone is talking about Sword and Shield. Why is no one talking about Scarlet and Violet under cost? Like, you know, you do the math. It's free money, guys. So just look where people are not talking. But yeah, Modern Horizons 3, not buying it, I don't think. I was on the fence. I was debating going in with an LGS to go buy like a bunch of it and do a mass opening and pre-sell it and stuff, but they never got back to me, so whatever. So I bought a bunch of Modern Horizons 1 instead. Whatever. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up. 23 minutes. Pretty long one. Hopefully you guys enjoy this stuff. I'll let you guys know how the Clue Bulk does, because I'm kind of curious. I actually have another case of those, I think right there. So we'll see how those do. If they do great, I'll open up the rest of them just to make space for my inventory and stuff, and then I'll just list it all and just chill. But yeah, guys, that's good times, good stuff, and things are busy. I will be showing the Modern Horizons 1 opening next week, I think, and then the Ice Age will probably be the week after, or they'll be switched depending on how fast I can get all the Modern Horizons 1 stuff opened. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support. The channel growth lately has been amazing. Thank you to James, who shouted me out in a podcast recently. I believe that bumped up our numbers a little bit, so that was pretty nice. I think we got like 13 or 14 subs from that. So marking, thank you, James. I do appreciate whenever you guys give those shout outs and help the channel grow, because the more we grow, the more I can monetize things, the more giveaways I can do, and the more openings I can do, and the more stuff I can give back to the community. Right now, it's difficult for me to try and do that totally out of pocket. Obviously, like the Stronghold box are giving away, a couple random graded cards and stuff. This is all of our profit we've gotten. But it's not like huge stuff. I would love to give away like a box break of Exodus or something in the future. That would be like super sick. But we need to hit like some pretty major milestones before I can think about like committing that, because that would be like pretty bananas. But it would be super cool, and I would love to do that at some point. And I'll definitely, when I do that, I'll probably go back and find like a dozen people who are super active in the comments back in like the early days of the channel, like these days, like the first year or two it was around, and I'll just straight up be like, all right, you 12, I see you guys like all the freaking time in the comments, you guys massive support, you just get a pack. And then the other 24 I'll just randomize to whoever else is subbed at the time, and whoever responds, I'll give them 24 hours to respond, and blah blah blah, you know, we'll work our way down a list or something like that. But yeah, good times, guys. Look where everyone is not talking. Seriously, it's where money is just waiting to be grabbed. Stay safe out there. This is not investment advice. Yeah, not investment advice. Yeah, something like that. Stay thirsty, work hard, you'll get there. I promise. Have a good one, guys. Talk to you soon.